Now come next question. So in this question they have given a lipid soluble hormone which crosses the plasma membrane of the target cell and attaches to intracellular receptor is. So they have given here four options, the four hormones. So actually what is hormones? Hormone, मतलब the word derived from hormone, to excite. इसका जो literal meaning जो है वो है to excite. So basically, hormone is a signaling molecules. Okay, hormone is a signaling molecules, और इसे आप chemical messenger भी बोल सकते हो, which carry the signal, okay, from a specific secretory site. Okay, जिसे आप gland भी बोल सकते हो, and normally they are called endocrine gland. Endocrine gland मतलब ductless gland. So basically glands are initially we can differentiate glands are two types. One is endocrine, another is exocrine. Exocrine glands are basically duct glands. They secrete, they are a secretory product through duct to the target organ. Okay. और endocrine जो है they secrete their secretory product direct into the bloodstream, and blood carry this secretory product. So hormone basically secreted from endocrine gland and transported through blood, and blood carry this hormone, and later on this hormone binds with a specific receptors, and these receptors are basically present in specific cell. And when this hormone bind with specific receptor, then they form hormone receptor complex, and this hormone receptor complex later on activating other inactive proteins, which also considered as a second messenger. Here hormone act as a first messenger, and later on this hormone receptor complex activate the second messenger, and through cascade system a specific function will completed in a particular cell or organ or tissue. So actually hormones are basically messenger, okay, carry the signal from a specific secretory site and act on target site or target organ. Chemically hormones are एमाइंस भी हो सकता है, पेप्टाइड भी हो सकती है, या स्टेरॉइड भी हो सकता है. एमाइन मतलब इफ ए पर्टिकुलर हार्मोन डिराइव फ्रॉम ए सिंगल अमीनो एसिड, जैसे आपका हाइड्रोक्सिन, इट डिराइव्स फ्रॉम टायरोसिन अमीनो एसिड. Hormone can be peptide, peptide or protein, matlab made up of poly chain of amino acids, or hormone can be steroid. So according to their chemical nature, their mode of action also different. जैसे अगर हार्मोन एमाइन है या पेप्टाइड है, मतलब प्रोटीनेशियस है, सो दे आर वाटर सोल्यूबल. और अगर ये स्टेरॉइड है, सो दे आर लिपिड सोल्यूबल. If hormones are lipid soluble, so they can easily what, that is enter inside the cell after crossing the plasma membrane, because we know the lipid soluble material easily can easily crosses the cell membrane, मतलब हाइड्रोफोबिक रीजन जो है वो इजीली क्रॉस करके सेल के अंदर साइटोप्लाज्म के अंदर आ सकता है सर. बट वाटर सोल्यूबल मतलब प्रोटीनेशियस जो हॉर्मोन्स है या एमाइंस जो है, दे कैन नॉट क्रॉसेस द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. सो फॉर दिस रीजन देयर मोड ऑफ एक्शन आल्सो डिफरेंट. द रिसेप्टर साइट्स फॉर प्रोटीनेशियस हार्मोन, पेप्टाइड्स हार्मोन और एमाइंस हार्मोन्स आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ द सेल, मतलब सेल मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर वो रिसेप्टर प्रेजेंट है फॉर प्रोटीनेशियस पेप्टाइड और एमाइंस. बट द hormones which are lipid soluble, मतलब जो हार्मोन स्टेरॉइड्स है, they can crosses the plasma membrane, and their receptors are basically present in cytosol, मतलब intracellular receptor. So receptors for protein hormone present on plasma membrane मतलब cell surface, and receptor for steroid hormone मतलब lipid soluble hormones present on intracellular मतलब cytoplasm के sorry. So here four options has been given. One is insulin, another is epinephrine, another is cortisol, and another is thyrocalcitonin. First hormone is insulin. So chemically, insulin is a peptide hormone. Insulin is basically secreted from beta cell of the pancreas. So as we know, pancreas is a heterocrine gland. Heterocrine gland matlab one part of the pancreas is exocrinic in nature through duct. They secrete enzymes pancreatic juices, and one part of the pancreas is endocrinic in nature, where different types of cells are present and they are endocrinic in nature मतलब they synthesize and secrete hormones जैसे alpha cell, beta cell, delta cell and gamma cell, and they are considered as islets of Langerhans. Alpha cell secrete glucagon, which is responsible for increasing the blood glucose. इंक्रीजिंग द ब्लड ग्लूकोज मतलब अगर ऑप्टिमम से डिक्रीज है, ये याद रखना. इंक्रीज द ब्लड ग्लूकोज मतलब ऐसा नहीं है ऑप्टिमम पे है ब्लड ग्लूकोज ग्लूकागोन उसे इंक्रीज कराएगा, नहीं. ऑप्टिमम से अगर घट जाए तो ग्लूकागोन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इंक्रीजिंग द ब्लड ग्लूकोज लेवल टू ऑप्टिमम. Beta cell secrete insulin, which is responsible for decrease the blood glucose. Delta and gamma cell secrete somatostatin and pancreatic polypeptide. सो ये इंसुलिन जो है इट इज पेप्टाइड हार्मोन. इंसुलिन जो है ये पेप्टाइड हार्मोन्स है, और पेप्टाइड हार्मोन के लिए रिसेप्टर जो चाहिए दे आर प्रेजेंट सरफेस ऑफ द सेल मतलब प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर इंसुलिन का रिसेप्टर होगा. नाउ कम एपिनेफ्रिन. Epinephrine and non-epinephrine, epinephrine and non-epinephrine, they are collectively called catecholamines. Catecholamines, matlab they are amines, and their receptors are also present on cell surface. Third hormone is cortisol. Cortisol chemically is a steroid hormone secreted from adrenal gland, zona fasciculata of adrenal gland. Cortisol is also considered as primary stress hormone. Apart from this, it is responsible for blood maintaining the blood pressure, metabolism, immune system, as well as it is also responsible for sleep wake cycle. Okay, so cortisol is basically steroid hormone that's been lipid soluble, and for cortisol, the specific receptor which is present in cytoplasm, because though it is steroid, it is lipid soluble, and for lipid soluble hormone the specific receptors are present in cytosol, that is intracellular receptor. Thyrocalcitonin, this is also what? Peptide hormones, and the receptor for thyrocalcitonin present on the cell surface. So here, according to the question, lipid soluble hormone which crosses the plasma membrane of the target cell and attach with the intracellular receptor. So here cortisol is a steroid hormone, and receptor for cortisol present in your cytosol, matlab intracellular receptor. So according to the question, your answer would be, right answer is cortisol, which is also called primary stress hormone.